Now, the chief of Buipe, Andula Jinapor II, has appealed to the Minister of Education, Matthew Poku-Prempeh, to come to the aid of the school with all the support needed to restore academic work at the Buipe Senior High School. Mr. Jinapor made the call when he visited the school today to see the level of damage caused by the fire that gutted the school's girls' dormitory, and claimed most of their personal effects, including academic materials, in Buipe in the Central Gonja district of the Savannah region. We can first listen to concerns raised by Latifa Adam, who is one of many students who lost their belongings in the disaster.
Our school, girls' dormitory has been. We don't have anything. We don't have anything to wear. Our books, our everything, especially we are candidates. We are facing a lot because when we came, we couldn't find anything. Our books have been, our everything, our provision, we can't even get it. Even our money has been. As you see, Mr. Media, that's the only thing. We don't have anything. So that makes us to go. Even we don't even have clothes. The problem is that we don't even have anything. Our parents, they are suffering because they say we should come home.
So that minister said you should go and come back on Sunday. I do think will you come back on that Sunday?
In fact, we can't come back on that Sunday because our parents cannot get the money to give it to us to come back on Sunday. Maybe 2 weeks later on that we can come because our parents cannot afford this money to give it to us to come on that Sunday. We can't because all our textbooks now we don't even have notes. No notes. We are not well prepared, especially with the candidate. We don't have anything. So how can we come back on Sunday? We can't come back on Sunday. Maybe next 2 weeks.
So what do you...
In fact, we want the government to come and help us, provide us textbooks. That's the only thing we just need. We especially the candidates, we need help. We need their help. They should come and help us. The government should please come and help us. Have mercy upon us, especially with the candidates, to provide us just textbooks for us to learn.
One of the students who lost all of their belongings in that fire. Let's go on the line now to get some updates from our correspondent, Isaac Nonya. Hello, Isaac. Isaac, tell us whether or not the fire service personnel in this region have been able to establish the cause of the fire, first of all.
Well, that has not been established yet because the personnel from the area, the fire service authority, we'll be speaking to the media any moment from now. But what we know for sure is that the management of the school and then the students by themselves are not able to tell the cause of the fire. Just that people are speculating on bushfire, possibly within the vicinity of the school.
So at the moment, the speculation is that it could be as a result of bushfires in the region, but they don't know exactly what the cause is.
Yeah, that's the speculation.
Okay.
If you know the area and where the school is sited, it is surrounded by let's say, a bushy area. And having moved from its original area to the new place where it's relocated, the fire belt that the school created around the school is not that wide. The distance is very close.
Okay.
And the speculation is that if it's not electric fault, they are suspecting that maybe a nearby bushfire that the wind blew into the area and that happened. Now, the big blow, as echoed by the Bupeura, is that the school was a private school, and through the effort of the chiefs and people, the government was able to absorb it into the mainstream, and this is what has happened. So to be able to cope, judging from the fact that many of the students are in their final year, and they have to go home and prepare and come, will be a situation that, or a thing that the education minister need to come in and help them.
Well, whilst we're waiting for the National Fire Service there to actually tell us what the cause is, we know that the school authorities have been assessing the extent of damage, and I'll come to you to give us more. But let's hear the headmistress of the Buipe Senior High School, who has been throwing some light on the extent of damage caused and the subsequent decisions that management has taken to quickly readjust for academic work to continue. Here is Mercy Ratoma, who is the headmistress, speaking earlier to Isaac.
yesterday at 7:30 a.m. on Monday, 3rd February 2020. We started our first period lessons when all the students were in their various classrooms. I instructed the housemaster in charge of Ndawara Japa House in the person of Mr. Obed to get to the girls' dormitory to make sure that all the girls were in class. When he came, he saw that one of the rooms in the girls' dormitory was on fire. To my surprise, Mr. Obed ran back to the school and reported to me that all the girls were in classroom, but one of their rooms was on fire and the room was locked. He couldn't open it. Quickly, we called the Central Gonja District Fire Service, and they told us that their fire tender was out of commission. Again, we quickly reported to the Savannah Regional Fire Office in Damango. 2 hours later, they came to our aid when all the students, with the support of the firemen at the Central Gonja District, the BOST, the bulk oil storage team, Savannah Cement team, the District Education Directorate personnel, personnel from the District Assembly, personnel from the NADMO, BNI, the commander, the Army commander, the School Board of Governance, the chairman was here, the PTA chairperson with her people, staff, students, and everybody was there to put the fire under control.
That's the headmistress of the Buipe Senior High School. Isaac is still on the line with me. Isaac, the headmistress talks about the extent of damage. She also talks about who they called in and the first respondents, you know, as far as this fire outbreak is concerned. But it's not as clear exactly what they're doing to move on. Do you have that information?
Yes, as Redley said, it is not as clear. And you could see the difficulties that the headmistress encountered in trying to explain her situation. Exactly a month now, with the fire tender, judging from what happened, is yet to be fixed and brought back to the district. The management have to resort to the Savannah company, cement company, water tanker. We moved to the place, and then students around and fire personnel have to use buckets of water trying to quench the fire. That was the peculiar situation. And because of that, if we heard what she was saying, there are 12 rooms. Out of the 12 rooms, 6 of them were totally burned. And it took almost 2 hours for them to put the fire down. And that was immediately after that the fire tender from Damago also arrived. So it means that if the fire tender was available, that the extent of damage would have been limited or minimized. But that's the situation they found themselves.
Well, do hang on for me and let's hear from Abdullah Jinapo II, who is Buipe. He has a special appeal to the Education Ministry. Let's hear him.
By the government of the Republic of Ghana, and few infrastructures have just been put up, which includes this dormitory, which houses only girls. And you can all see for yourself. It's unfortunate. All that I will plead to support the headmistress plead to all stakeholders, especially the Minister of Education. I know Napo is a hard-working guy. It's my son. I know him personally. Please, wherever he is, you should be listening that the father is crying. So they should try and come and we shall follow up. Unfortunately, you can see even the dormitory, the dining hall is under a tree. The assembly hall is under a tree. Please, this is serious. The school is doing very, very, very well under these circumstances. So we need a helping hand. The last one I will talk is about our fire tender. This fire tender has been off the road for almost 1 year now. And Buipe is the hub of industry in Savannah region. We have the Savannah Cement, we have the cashew shea nut factory, we have the oil boss, especially the oil boss, which is housing about 15 tankers. And then about 1,500 vehicle tankers come either to take fuel or bring fuel. And we can see, God forbid, about 3 weeks ago, 3 tanker vehicles caught fire. It was only Almighty God which helped us. Otherwise, the whole Buipe would have been consumed.
That's the Buipe Abdullah Jinapo II there, making a very passionate appeal to the Education Ministry to come to the rescue of these children who are in school. Now, mind you, the context to this is that educating girls or taking girls to school is a big deal in this region. And so when this happens, obviously a response there has to be quick. Isaac, to wrap up with you, we've heard some of the girls talk about how difficult the situation is for them, everything that they have lost. Has the Education Directorate in this region or the district spoken or said anything about this, especially in response to the Buipe's appeal?
Sure, that was the initial directives that the directives took arrangement that was made by the Northern Regional branch of the AGES. Yesterday, the director and then some person they have visited the scene and asked management to close down the school and let the students go home, prepare and come back while they try to get a temporary place for them to return. Certainly, the Savannah Regional Equipment Directorate is equally arranging a place for the students to move in while they work on this particular structure. Apart from that, those who are regular students, we are told, are likely to stay back and allow the final year students to come by and prepare for their exam.
Isaac, thank you very much for that update. We'll certainly look forward to a response from the Education Ministry or from the Education Directorate in that particular district for what has to be done for all these girls to come back to school and continue learning.